Hello everyone, I am Mrs.K.DEVI, Department of Computer Science, A.D.M. College for Women Autonomous, NAGAPATTINAM. Today, I discuss about the topic .NET Framework. A .NET Framework is a software development framework, a Microsoft that provides a runtime environment and a set of libraries and tools for building and running applications on Windows operating systems. A .NET framework is primarily used on Windows, while .NET Core is a cross-platform. The framework supports multiple programming languages such as C#, F# and VB.NET and support a range of applications types including desktop, web mobiles, cloud and gaming applications. These are the architecture of .NET framework. The .NET framework is divided into two categories. The first one is CLR. CLR means Common Language Runtime. The second type is FCL. FCL means Framework Class Library. The CLR is divided into three types of category. The first one is Common Language Infrastructure. The second type is CG. CG means Garbage Collections. The third one is JIT, Just-in-Time Compiler. The CLI is classified into two categories. The first one is CLS. CLS means Common Language Specifications. The second type is CTS. The CTS means Common Type System. Component of .NET Framework. Common Language Runtime. This means the CLR. This is the execution engine of .NET Framework. It provides services like memory management, that means the garbage collections, security, exception handling and thread management. Programs written for .NET Framework are compiled into an intermediate language and then executed by the CLR, making the managed code. The next one is Frame Class Library. This is the vast collection of reusable classes, infrastructures and value types that provide wide range of functionalities. It offers pre-built solutions for common programming tasks such as file, input-output, data access, networking and user interface development, significantly accelerating application development. Key features of capabilities. Language interoperability. The .NET framework supports multiple programming languages including the C#, Visual Basic .NET and F#. Code written in one language can interact seamlessly in the code written in another, promoting flexibility and code reuse. Application types. It enables the development of various application types such as window form applications. This is the desktop application with graphical user interface. The next one is ASP.NET Web Applications and Web Services. The next one is Console Applications. Security. The CLR provides a robust security model that ensures the integrity and safety of applications. Simplified deployment. The streamline of deployment process of applications allowing easier to installation and updates. The next one is evolution of .NET technologies. There are three significant phases of development of .NET technology. The first method is OLE technology. The second one is COM technology. The third one is .NET technology. These are the architecture of OLE model. The first method I described the OLE technology. The OLE means object linking and embedding. is one of the technology of Microsoft Component document. Basically, its main purpose is to link elements from one different application with each other. The second type, COM technology. The technology of Microsoft Windows family of operating system. The Microsoft COM Common Object Model enable various software components to communicate. COM is mostly used by developers for various purposes like creating reusable software components, linking components together to build the applications and also taking advantage of Windows services. The object of COM can be created with a wide range of programming languages. The next type is .NET technology. The .NET technology of collection or set of technologies to develop Windows and web applications. The technology is a set of development by Microsoft was launched in February 2022. By basic definition, the Microsoft New Internet Strategy. It was originally called NGWS, Next Generation Web Services. It is considered to be one of the most powerful, popular and very useful internet technology available today. The .NET programming language. The .NET ecosystem supports various programming languages developed by Microsoft and third-party contributors. Some of the most widely used languages are C#.NET. The C#.NET, a modern, object-oriented languages used for a wide range of application types. The next one is VB.NET, a language designed for easy to use with syntax to similar traditional BASIC. The next one is F#.NET, a functional first programming languages well suited for complex algorithm and data processing. The next one is C++.NET, an extension of C++ designed for managed code applications. J#.NET, a language provided .NET compatibility for Java developers. The next another one is Iron Ruby, Iron Python, the .NET implementation of Ruby and Python languages. Other languages JavaScript.NET, C Omega, ASML and more. Advantage of .NET framework. The first advantage is multi-language support. The .NET framework supports several programming languages including C#, F# and Visual Basic, allowing developers to choose the language that best suit their need while still benefiting from same set of libraries and tools. The second advantage is cross-platform capability. Although initially designed for Windows, the .NET framework can now run on various operating systems through the .NET Core and Mono, making it a versatility solution for cross-platform development. The next advantage is large and active developers community. The .NET framework benefits from a broad developer base, creating a rich ecosystem of libraries, tools and resources. This helps developers to solve the problem more easily and share solutions across the community. The next one is security features. The framework includes the various security features such as code across security and digital signatures, helping protect the applications from malicious threat and the vulnerability. The next one is productivity. The set of pre-built libraries and tools offered by .NET accelerate development time, enabling developers to focus on business logic rather than revealing the common functionalities. Disadvantage of .NET framework. Window dependency. It supports a cross-platform. The .NET framework was originally built for Windows, and certain features may still be optimized primarily for the Windows operating system. Large footprint. The .NET framework installation is relatively large, which can be concerned for applications running on devices with limited storage or bandwidth. Licensing cost. Some version of the .NET framework may require a paid license and adding cost to development and deployment. Performance considerations. Although the .NET provides the excellent performance for the most applications, it may not be ideal choice for high performance scenarios where low-level hardware interactions or complex algorithms are required. Learning curve. Although the .NET is designed to easy to use, developers new to the platform may face a learning curve, especially with the object-oriented programming. The .NET framework itself is a software development framework, not an integrated development environment. However, the most prominent IDE used for developing applications with the .NET framework in the Visual Studio. The component of Visual Studio, when used for .NET development, are often what user refers to IDE component in .NET. IDE components. Here are the key components of the Visual Studio IDE relevant to .NET development. The first component is code editor. This is a primary area for writing and editing code in the languages like C# or F# or Visual Basic. It includes features such as the IntelliSenses for code completions, syntax highlighting, and code refactoring tools. The next one is Designer windows. Form Designer used for visually creating the graphical user interfaces for the window form applications by dragging and dropping the control on the designing surfaces. Web Designer for visually designing the web pages in the ASP.NET applications. Class Designers provide a visual representation of classes and the relationship with the project. The next one is Solution Explorer. Display the hierarchical structure for the project or solutions, including the files, folders, and reference. The first one is the toolbox, containing the collections of controls, example, buttons, text box, labels, that can be dragged and dropped onto the designers to build the user interface. Property windows show and allows modifications of the properties of selected controls or project the items. Debuggers, an integrated tool for identifying and fixing the error in the code. It allows setting the breakpoint, stepping through the code executions and inspecting the variable values. Output error list window display message, built-in errors, warnings, and output from the applications during the executions. Server Explorer used for managing the database collections, server resources and web services. Team Explorer, integrated with the version of control system like the JIT or the cooperative development. Setting environment. Setting environment option in the .NET application, particularly for ASP.NET. Configuring the variables that influence the application's behavior based on the execution's environment. Using the environment variables. System-wide or user-specific. The first one is Windows. Use the environment variable dialog in the advanced system settings. You can set the system variable or user variable. Linux/Mac OS. Use export command in your shell configure file or directly in the terminal before running the applications. Building a console application in .NET Framework using the Visual Studio involves the following steps. The first step is open the Visual Studio. Launch your Visual Studio IDE. Second is the create a new project. On the start page, select create a new project. In create a new project, search for console app. Filter the languages, example C# or Visual Basic, and the platform. Choose the console app and template and click the next one. Configure your new project. In the configure your new project, the dialog enter the project name, example my console app. Specify the location where you want to save your project. Select the desired .NET Framework version for drop down. Click Create. Explore the project structure. Visual Studio will create a new project with the basic structures including a program.cs. The file contains main method which is the entry point of your console applications. Next, write your code. Inside the main method, you can write the code for your console applications. For example, to display the hello world. These are the example of .NET program. Build and running the applications. To build your application, go to build solutions. Press Ctrl plus Shift plus B. To run your application, go to debug, start debug or press F5. Start without debugging. The console application will be executing the command prompt window. Thank you.